4%. And the other thing I want you
你去
to
创一个
memorize
YouTube
is this. Okay. The carbon technology, capture technology can be divided into three parts. Okay. Post combustion is we capture because carbon capture is we don't catch from the air everywhere. We catch from like a chimney. Okay. So it's after combustion or pre-combustion. We separate.
这要先跟 Google 通好。
We separate we separate from the gas, the hydrogen and the carbon dioxide for burning. And the third is they call it the oxyfuse. We use extra oxygen to burn in order to obtain pure CO2 to catch. So these are the three technologies. And right now, even in Taiwan, the technology has cost about $7. I think that next time we talk about this, and I want to memorize this. I think that this is the new slide. I didn't put it in the previous one because I want to let you know about this number. So you might want to take a picture of this slide. Because there are two numbers I want you to memorize. Okay. The first is actually here. It's the consumption of electricity globally. Okay, at least you have some idea. Okay, it's they call it 25,000. This is terawatt hour. But usually we measure by kilowatt hour. So by kilowatt hour, it's when we convert it, it's equivalent to 25,000 billion kWh. kWh 就是千瓦小时，就讲一度电，一般来讲都一度，所以大概是25000 billion，一个 billion 就是10亿，10亿，所以这大概是25兆度电，大概全世界用到25兆电，全世界。那台湾用多少？台湾用大概0.28兆。所以需要你大概知道一下。所以台湾大概占多少？大概降几%？台湾大概降几%？So in Taiwan, it's 0.28. No, I try to make it the same unit, so it's easier to memorize. 280 billion kWh, and the whole world is 25,000. Okay, so this is the number I want you to memorize. Okay, the electricity we consume, because you need to have some idea about what's the total amount of carbon dioxide emission and what's the total amount of electricity consumption. Okay. In order that when we say, well, when we use this technology or somewhat, you know what's the percentage, what's the contribution, okay, you can appreciate it. And also this is some interesting fact, so you want to take a picture for these two slides. Okay, so I don't have to upload again. So this is some fact about solar panel energy. So you want to take a picture? In this picture, I think that last time I mentioned, okay, I mentioned about scientists. We done the research, and on Sahara Desert, Sahara Desert, if human, build solar energy there, how much land we need in order to supply the electricity globally. Actually, after computation and based on the sunshine, actually we don't need a lot. 100 kilometer and 100 kilometer with all the solar panels is enough to supply the whole world. Actually, it's not a lot. 所以说你在撒哈拉沙漠，你大概就100公里，的 square 这样。100公里不大，比台湾还小，比台湾还小，那台湾的1/3啊，台湾1/3的土地，在撒哈拉沙漠你在那边，一定要在那，因为那边日光强，在那边盖太阳能板，那大概能够供应全世界的电，这数量不大。But it is feasible. So they have done some other research saying that, well, if we have in some area, of Sahara desert, if solar farm reached by about 20%, so this is also a good reference for you. Solar farm shouldn't be too condensed. I suggest about 10% in a certain area. It should be scattered around. It shouldn't be, too concentrated. So if the concentration rate is 20%, it's going to affect the temperature, the climate. It's going to affect the climate. The first thing is the local temperature is going to rise. Okay, so it is true that in Qigong of Taiwan, they say, well, we become hotter. It is true. Because when you install a lot of solar panels in certain area, and if the area is over than 20%, it's going to rise about 1.5 degrees. Okay, if it's over the 50, it's going to rise by 2.5 degrees. So actually, this is true. But for Sahara Desert, one good thing about that is, the rainfall rate is going to increase. The rainfall is going to increase because on the desert it's almost no rain. But when the temperature goes up, the wind from the sea is going to blow inside, right? You understand? In this area, when it becomes too hot, hotter than before, the air is going to rise up, right? And so the wind is going to blow from the sea, from the Mediterranean Sea. 所以你这边撒哈拉沙漠，你的温度提高，它会被气流都往上跑。那这边气流往上跑，这边就会空，那所以地中海的水汽都跑进来。这样，不错吧？对。So it's going to the rainfall is going to increase by 50%. So a lot of life is going to come back. Okay, it's going to double the rainfall. So in one way it's good. So in some area when you have solar panel, the density is just too high. The area, the temperature is going to rise, and if the area is close to the sea, okay, and the wind will blow from the sea to the inland, and it's going to create a lot of raindrops. So one thing is good. The other fact about solar panel is that in Taiwan, if we only have 1% of the land occupied by solar panel, the electricity generated will be equivalent to the nuclear power. And how large is 1% of land of Taiwan? Actually, not too many, not too much. It's 350 kilometers. It's like 310 kilometer and 35 kilometers. Even our National Taiwan University has how much land? 3% of the land of the whole Taiwan. 台大本身就有3%的土地，那它都在那个森林，大概台湾最大地3%。So this is just give you an idea about some facts about solar panel. And I think that we also talk about this, and also this number. This number is also important. And next time we talk about carbon capture, and I think that we have finished this part, right? Carbon sink, okay. Inclusive of green carbon, blue carbon, yellow carbon. And I think that we were about here. Next time we were about here. So this is, when we do the CCUS, it's carbon capture, utilization, storage. And, we are going to produce a lot of hydrogen. So hydrogen actually is a good source of energy that we can use, for cars or for any power, in the city or for the industry. And this is a Japanese company. They are using a carrier of toluene to carry hydrogen in a normal temperature without the need to cool it down to minus 253 degrees. So this is quite an achievement. When we are trying to use hydrogen, then one of the problems is how to carry the hydrogen, how to store it. Because hydrogen is like a bomb, right? It's like a bomb. It's when it is in the gas form, it's a lot of pressure. So you need to have a good solid steel bowl or sink to carry hydrogen, and it's dangerous. It's dangerous. A little bit of fire is going to create an explosion. But if hydrogen can combine chemically with other substances, so this is an example by Japanese. So they use toluene, to carry hydrogen. It's big, to react with hydrogen. And so you can carry in the normal temperature and then no pressure. Okay, it's like a solid, solid object. And you carry to certain places, and with other reaction, you can get hydrogen. You can get hydrogen. So very easy. So for hydrogen, there are, you can get the hydrogen itself, or put it in they call it the hydrogen cell battery. It's going to generate electricity as well. So there are different things, and this is to carry hydrogen itself. I didn't translate everything, but I put some important facts here in English. So this is a case study by a Japanese company, and also, so this is an overview of hydrogen supply chain. It's a supply chain by Spera. This is by the company. Okay, we just mentioned, and actually from here. We can see that hydrogen sources. Hydrogen we can get it from the fossil fuel. Okay, mainly from natural gas. The best source is from natural gas, and from the fossil fuel you can separate the fossil fuel into hydrogen and carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide we can just catch it. During the separation process, catch it and put it underground. So the hydrogen we get here, they call it is a gray hydrogen. So here, this one, gray hydrogen. gray hydrogen. So that's called gray hydrogen. But if the hydrogen, when we separate them from hydrogen and the carbon dioxide, when we separate them, and we can segregate or store the carbon dioxide somewhere, and then the hydrogen is called the blue hydrogen. Okay, it is called the blue hydrogen. So it's after we get the gray hydrogen, and the carbon dioxide is can be stored, so it becomes blue hydrogen. How about green hydrogen? Okay. Green hydrogen is from here. Okay, from solar panel or from wind power. Okay, when we generate electricity, we use electricity to get the hydrogen. So this is from water, right? So hydrogen and oxygen. So the product is hydrogen and oxygen. So this is called green hydrogen. Okay, so hydrogen come from three sources. Gray, this is gray hydrogen, and when it is stored, it becomes green hydrogen, blue hydrogen. And here, without producing any carbon dioxide, this is called green hydrogen. So hydrogen comes from three sources. Okay, come from three sources. And actually, in Taiwan, we have a lot of residual hydrogen produced per year, 1 billion metric tons, and it can produce by about 1 billion kilowatt of electricity, but it's only about less than 1%. Okay. And when we have produced hydrogen, from their example, beverage example, we can hydrogen will be combined with toluene, okay, and then it becomes NCH, okay, in the solid form, okay. So it's like a solid product. It's very easy to carry around. It's not dangerous, so we can use it in the industry, in the city, everywhere. Okay, everywhere. And when it is used, we can carry it, we get it back, and then we can come here to get the MCH in places. So it's like a solution. Okay. But of course, this is just an example. There are some examples. So this is a medium for you to carry hydrogen, and so far it's still pretty good. At least it is stable. It is stable. So it's easy to carry hydrogen around, at low price. Actually, Japan is developing hydrogen as their main source. They are not developing a lot of electric car, but instead they are trying to use hydrogen as their main source. And I think it's plausible. Right? And not only Japanese are using that, they are some other countries, United States and European countries, they are also, and also Korea, they are developing a lot of hydrogen driven, like motors or something, or for the industry. So in the near future, you can see that hydrogen is a good source of power. And so right now the fossil fuels can also be used if we can use it in the right way. So fossil fuels or the natural gases, the same. Before we use it, we just separate. Okay, we don't burn it right we get it. We burn it. After we have already separate hydrogen and carbon dioxide. Okay, and the carbon dioxide we can just sequester, underground, same way to use it. 所以就说这边讲就说像，这应该是其中未来的趋势就是石化燃料，最主要是天然气很容易分离它分离蛮方便，分离成二氧化碳跟氢就可以使用跟这些甲苯混合，它变成一个稳定的固态，那么就可以到处去使用，它也不用海洋保护。我们吸氮氢最怕是它要降到200多度，负200度，它才会变成稳定，不然它是水层上爆发压力很大，那你要用它很小心，所以你不可以吸氮氢，你一定是把它放在某一个化合物，这是其中一个 solution 就是 spear 用甲苯去跟氢混合是 MCH 那这是稳定的东西，那你就可以到处吸氮。那我们这边讲就是说氢大概分这几类，对氢、氖氢跟氯氢electrolysis 电解水得到氯氢And from global perspective, the CCUS can right now actually can only cap 40 million tons of carbon dioxide, and actually contribute at this moment. But it is expected, some projects are going on, and it's expected to increase to 5.6 gigaton. And what does it mean by 5.6 gigaton? This is the number I want you to memorize. What's the current carbon dioxide emission amount? 7.7 at this moment. And in the future, it is capable of catching 5.6. So it's almost 80% of carbon dioxide, immediately at this moment can be captured by technology. So this is the number why I want you to memorize. When people say, well, the CCUS can capture a certain amount, and what does this amount mean? Actually, it's almost 80% in 2050. Actually, it is because of carbon capture technology that we can achieve net zero, emission goal. Otherwise, it is very difficult. If you want to ask everybody, not to use electricity, not to eat food, it's impossible. So we should develop some technology, and of course we need to also preserve the environment. But if we develop a better, a better solution, carbon capture technology, we can actually solve the problem. And the point of CCUS not only at the capture, the utilization is the other thing, it's carbon capture, utilization and storage. And utilization is the other thing, but utilization is its limitation, as its limitation for cement production. Right now they can catch about 50%. 这个水泥制造大概可以抓到有5%，产生50%二氧化碳3%，但是那里是极致。所以 utilization is almost had limited, it's quite limited utilization. And the other technology is the storage. So when we catch the carbon dioxide, we should be able to store it. We should be able to store it. That's another technology, and it's affected by the geometry. 所以就是我们要储存二氧化碳本身也是一个技术，那你要地理环境。台湾的在这个现代这个时代，我们的最大的缺点是土地很小，台湾人很小，所以你solar panel没办法放太多， But you know, what's lucky about Taiwan is, we have a lot of sea land, we have a lot of sea, so we can build a lot of wind power on the sea. And actually, that's the best defender against China vessels, right? 所以说这个也不错，因为在台湾沿岸盖了很多的玻璃发电，大陆船根本进不来。就是我后来我有一次去苗栗去看，我说哇，这玻璃发电，那应该好多层，那船根本进不来。So you know, when Taiwan build more and more wind power, you know, the Chinese carrier, you know, cannot invade. It's impossible. It's the wind power is very big, and a lot of data. For a ship, can only in a limited area is it possible for them. And storage. So United States is a global leader in this sense, in CCUS technology. You know, they are developing a lot of you know, carbon dioxide capture, you know, capacity. So they are going to achieve about 60%. And their potential storage is 800 gigaton. And actually, each year, right now, globally, is only 7.7 gigaton, right? So for the United States, they can store about 100 years of global carbon dioxide. So actually, for the storage, a lot of country, you know, when they produce a lot of oil on the ground, the same plate can be used to store the carbon dioxide. And also the North Sea is in Europe, okay? They are also developing a lot of CCUS technology, and their storage capacity is up to 300 gigaton. So, you know, United States, Europe, and of course also China has a lot of places to store it. So, you know, to actually, I'm quite positive about this technology. So, the only problem about this technology is cost. It's just cost. And right now, you know, right now the capture cost is about 70 USD. So if we make it simple, you know, it's like 2,000 NT dollars, right? Or 65. It's 2,000. And this is for how much? For 1 ton. For 1 ton of carbon dioxide. Do you know what that is? 1 ton, 2,000. You know, actually, when we convert it, because you know, this is also a number I want you to memorize. Here. For each kilowatt hour of electricity, we are going to emit 4.49 kilos of carbon dioxide. So actually, it is equivalent to 2 NT per kilo, right, of CO2. Right, so this is the cost. If we charge 1 ton by 2,000 NT dollars, okay, 碳税, carbon fee. In some countries they call it tax. In Taiwan we call it fee. Okay, actually right now we didn't charge a lot of carbon free. But in the future, if we charge this amount, how much it is going to affect your electricity bill? So you can calculate it. It's so for each okay, this is equivalent to 1 kilowatt hour. 这我们讲一度电is 1 NT dollar。对，一度电的，如果说你用2000块一吨大概产生的碳税的1块钱，台币1块，一度电。我们现在不是要现在不是电价涨5% 10%，你就惨了，哇，惨了世界末日了，对不对？那如果说以后再加碳税，直接加1块钱，你受得了？in Taiwan, the Taiwan government always take care of Taiwanese people. It's like to foster them, like a baby. So each Taiwanese, Taiwanese people is like a baby in the government eye. They take care of them. So last year, when last year was quite serious. Even in Germany, their electricity cost for 1 kilowatt, they told me it's about 14 NT dollars. About 14, and we are only about 3, less than 3. They're about 14, and right now they have dropped. But when they drop, it's still 8 point something. Still 8 point something, close to 9. Okay, 一度电德国大概9块钱，台湾大概3块，站起来大概3块多。那我们大概全世界大概第二低，比很多非洲国家、落后国家还便宜，比那个产油国还便宜，产油国还便宜Really give you an idea about this, okay? What is going to affect your pocket. Okay? So it's good. It's easier to talk about net zero. Wow, it's good. But when they ask you, okay, how much money you want to pay? You say, oh, it's going to affect my life. No, I'm not going to do that, right? So actually, if we charge each kilowatt hour of electricity bill by $1 NT, we can solve all the problems. And the money go to carbon capture technology. Right, even right now it's almost balanced. So 所以现在就是它可以 charge 你一度电1块钱台币，大概这个平衡看盘，就有人会把它下来。技术大概成本，目前成本大概是这样，65块、70块。So we should be optimistic about the future. It's not about technology. It's not about storage place. It's all about money. It's all about money. Okay. When it is cost effective, there are a lot of technologies available there to help you catch, the carbon dioxide. Or you can install a large solar panel in Sahara Desert, and it's going to help you solve all the electricity problems. Actually, the Sahara project to generate solar electricity from Sahara Desert has been, I think that they were created like 30 years ago. Germany won the power. So they are working with local, the country, Sahara Desert, to create the market channel. But but have you imagined, how they transmit the power from Sahara Desert to Europe? They slowly play, right? 撒拉沙漠的电送到欧洲，they have to build large core，很大的线 线圈很大，还好几条，电缆还送过去。Use the sea cable to transmit the electricity to Europe. The project is still going on. It hasn't been realized. But I think that in one day, there should be some electricity from North Africa. And I think it's also good for the country in the Sahara Desert because in the desert there's nothing. And when you build more solar panels, the climate is going to change. It's going to be more rainfall, rainfall. It's also good for the desert. And the carbon capture usually is here. They have to drink underground. A lot of places like here is like, they were producing oil. Not all the oil mine can be used by some of the oil mine. When the condition meet, it is possible they inject the carbon dioxide inside the mine, and then try to seal it so the carbon dioxide can be underground or And what about if one day we are short of carbon dioxide here, so we can just break it and it's coming up. Because we need, carbon dioxide right now is just too much. But one day we still, probably if we catch too much, okay, we still need carbon dioxide, for the recycle, because it's a carbon cycle. Carbon has cycle, hydrogen has cycle, everything got its own cycle. Everything has to be balanced. And it's a break.